Immortality is a blessing, a curse, and a suffering that you go through because of knowledge of it. And it happens to be, in my instance, a knowledge that I was first into learning about. But I know how to combat it. I am teaching people how to combat immortality. I have been teaching them how to combat it. And I will start to explain how. I am explaining to them how they use their bodies to purify impurities in their food, their water, and the sicknesses they face from everything. And due to my current studies of self, yes, of self, the biological organism, yes, that has to deal with the cytal connection, that is called cellular science of an organism, right? We can go further into thought even. Okay, an embryo, a male genetic has to do the digging to get inside the embryo. But the mother's outside genetics of the embryo are pushing the father's genetics in, creating a connection. And the connection is this, that the force of the mother's genetics that are outside of the embryo actually help the male genetics to allow both of them in. That is a cytal connection. Because if you know about cellular science, you know that cytal is of all living things. Right? That is why cytal and cellular science is so important about knowing about yourself. It is, I know that I am praying to come up with cures for people, and it is working based on my prayers as well. And to the synthesizing of my prayers, it will lead to an antidote to many things. I am in the current process of fermentation, and I am only fermenting the sicknesses, right? And what does fermentation do? It creates alcohol, right? It will create an alcohol actually, right? It will be a new type of alcohol, right? It will be a cleansing alcohol, right? And it will not be for you to get drunk off of, because once you get drunk off of it, you will become sick, very, very sick. And how do you stop becoming sick from alcohol? By eating more bread and eating oily food. So this is what I am currently studying. And what I have done today is I have planted a tree that has given me a fungus, right? Which in my eyes makes me believe that that fungus will cure plant sickness. So I am studying, and a lot of this, what I am doing, has to revolve around this thing which you would call a fountain of youth. But there are many fountains of youth in which I am speaking of now, right? We would call this Solomon's temple. It is not a building. It was self, understanding of self. It was what everybody was looking for back in the day, the knowledge that is of the most ancient knowledge. The most advanced technology there is that we know about is biological technology. I can tell you how your brain works. Your brain is like a receptor. it receives certain things, right? And a lot of it is vibration, right? A lot of it is vibration. And you see how as I talk, I am speaking to my own mind. I am speaking to my own mind. Because even my mind knows what I am speaking is true. And that's why I am feeling sick. Actually, I am not even feeling sick. I am feeling cured. Right? That was the first time I blinked in that whole message.